Good morning, fellow homesteaders. So I'm Kimmie. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, I live on 73 acres in beautiful Northern Idaho. We are off-grid. I do live here with my best friend Heather, who has her own channel, Because We Can Farms. But this channel is about my perspective from a city girl going into country life. And this is my very first year with beekeeping. Last week, I put out a video in regards to a friend that was having some problems with his beehive. I don't pretend to know all the things. I am brand new at beekeeping. To me, when I'm going through a hive, it's a process of illumination of what it can be or what, I suspect it is. I don't even begin to say that I know all the answers. I do look at the evidence and I eliminate certain things and come out with my best case scenario. I appreciate all of you that have commented in and given me your advice. I did talk to my bee mentor as well and talk to him a little bit about what I found. We've come up with some ideas of what we were wanting to do. Either I'm going to get in my hive and pull some bees, pull some frames, pull some brood and give it to Randy, or we're going to take the two hives, his and mine, and combine them together to get them through the winter. So that's the plan moving forward. Today I'm just going to do a quick inspection on my hive, see how things are going, and from there we will make some decisions. Okay, so as I get into the hive today, I was a little worried at first because there didn't seem to be a whole lot of bees coming in and out. It is early, but I was a little concerned that something was going on. There seems to be a fair amount in here. We're gonna give them a little smoke. So guys, the reason I'm using smoke today is because it's been told to me that during a dearth, which is when the pollen nectar dries up, the flowers die off, and there's nothing for the bees, not as much for the bees to find, that using sugar water will encourage robbing. So other bees, other wasps, etc. will come to the hive. So today I'm using smoke per advice that I've been given. I do greatly appreciate all the advice that people give me, especially the ones that are extremely kind. Knowing I'm a new beekeeper, I don't know all the things, as I said earlier. I wish I did, and I'm learning. So just doing a quick look for the queen. I don't expect that she would be up here, but you never know. I'm just breaking up the frames so it's easier for me to get them out. This one, they're just building out the comb. Doesn't look like a whole lot's going on other than that. This one's got some honey going on, and they're just building out the comb on the other side. I'm not looking for the queen in this area because usually she is not hanging out in the honeycomb. If I see brood, then I'll look. This one is a full frame of honey on both sides. Same with this one, full frame of honey on both sides. Same with this one, full frame of honey on both sides. Same with this one, full frame of honey on both sides. Same with this one, full frame of honey on both sides. Same with this one. Full frame of honey on both sides. I will go ahead and show you so you know what I'm talking about. Beautiful. This one they're working on, but it looks like the top box is full of honey, so I'm not concerned about my bees not having enough to make it through the winter. This one, they're just drying out the comb, it looks like, and they're starting to fill it up with nectar. You got all these cute little bee heads down in the frame. And as usual, the last frame is empty, so I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to tuck everybody back where it's supposed to be. Oh, look at that. It's a bee ball. They sure do propolis the frames together well. Makes it a little hard to get open. So you experienced beekeepers that are watching, you have any advice for this? Should I put something in there to help me make it easier for me to get the frames apart when they do this? I feel like I'm breaking my wood up when I do it. There we go. I gotta use my farm girl muscles for that. That was pretty darn heavy. So, and that is the reason why you use for the honey frames. For someone like me, I use the smaller box because it's rather difficult to lift a box like this that's full of honey. So as before, I loosened all the frames up so it's easier for me to get them out. Wow. I do have a gripping tool, but for me, I have a little bit of carpal tunnel issues and tennis elbow, so it's hard for me to lift it with that. This is completely full of honey on this side. The other side is nearly full of honey. They're just drawing out the comb here, and this is all honey here. They look really good. This is completely full of honey on both sides. So I've always heard not to take honey your first year. And that the bees really don't go up to the second box that's full of honey. So I want to know from you experienced beekeepers, what would you do in this situation? So I have my honey super is totally full. This is full of honey. This is full of honey. That's full of honey. I suspect as I go in, I'm going to have more. Do you just leave it for the bees throughout the winter? Do you take that box off? What is it that you would do for your bees? Because I had always had no intention on taking honey this year. This one also is completely full of honey. This one's full of honey. This one's full of honey on both sides. That propolis is like the best glue ever, I tell you. It's 60 degrees out here, and it feels like it's like 85 with this suit on. And I have this problem with my hair getting in my face. I need to wear a bandana or something. Okay, so I haven't been pulling the frames up because they've all just been full of honey. So we're gonna really make them mad. So this is pretty much how every frame is in this second box. The last frame, it looks like they have it 3/4 of the way full of honey. And they're building out the rest as we speak. So this box is full of honey. There's no brood on it at all. So the queen shouldn't be up here. I'm gonna go ahead and just put everything back in its place. Pull this box off. So in regard to the hive over at R&D Benton Old Homestead, as I said before, we're contemplating, whether I just take some of my bees out of here and give it to him, and then we overwinter his bees with my bees and make a whole hive, or if we just take his bees and add them to mine, and then we do a split in the spring, and then we both have separate hives. So that's something we're discussing to help his weak hive, because my hive seems to be pretty darn strong. I was really concerned with the amount of honey that was in my frames at the last hive inspection, as were a couple of my viewers, but it looks like they're rocking it. So even though there's a dearth right now and things are slowing down, they seem to be still able to find what they need. Try not to roll the bees, that makes them mad. And that kills some of the little ladies, and I don't want to do that at all. Beautiful. Okay, hopefully I can lift this one off. It's full of honey, so it's going to be pretty heavy for me. And it's super glued down with that propolis. So ooh, bugger, that was heavy. Okay, anyone else have problems getting their smoker lit or keeping it lit? Because I sure do. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, so they're drawing out the end frame here with honeycomb, honey. They're just working on this one now. Now that is beautiful. Okay. Let's talk about this frame. So if you notice, all of this here is brood. You can see some baby bees right here hatching. Right there and right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Right here is 2 baby bees emerging. So that is beautiful. I'm just gonna do a quick look and see if I can spot the queen on here at all. Same with this side. So this side is full of honey on the outside and the top like it should be, and then a lot of brood. I'm doing a real close inspection, seeing if I can see the queen. There are a lot of bees in here though, so it's really difficult. Again, I see no queen, so. All right, guys. So my question is, when I do these hive inspections, do you like them to be shorter, where I just kind of go through it and talk about what I found, or do you like to actually be able to see everything and have a longer video? So this one's got a bunch of brood down here. They do have some bee bread down in these frames. Let's see if I can get it a little bit closer for you to see. Honey on the outside. Looking for the queen. Get off the end, ladies. This one's same. There's some space for brood. Again, I'm just looking to see if I can find the queen. My queen is supposedly marked. I saw her a couple times, but the last couple inspections I have not. Can you hear that? I could be wrong, but it sounds like that's the queen pipping. You experienced beekeepers, if you can hear it, tell me what you think. Is that the queen pipping, that high humming sound? It's different than the normal bees humming. Humming. Okay, so this one is full of brood. In the center, they have honey around the top and corners. Again, brood there in the center. Honey around the top and corners. Looking for the queen. I do not see her. These bees here, if I can show you, right here, they're in the process of transferring nectar to each other. Again, we got a bunch of brood here. I must be close to the queen. They're getting a little bit more aggravated. Of course, right when I need it, it's not working. That's why I don't like those smokers. Need to find a tried and true way to use them. This one's full of bee bread, which is the bee pollen. So it looks like my observation that the queen's slowing down on laying, that she's not laying so much, but they are storing up for the winter, hard and heavy. I don't see any eggs in this or larvae or anything like that. I don't suspect that she would be on this frame. My guess is that these ones are going to be full of honey. And it seems like the brood is in these two center frames. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 frames on the right side, 2 with brood, 1, 2, 3, 4 frames on the left that are full of honey and bee bread. Ooh, see, I'm wrong. There's brood. There's a bunch of brood in the center. Do not see the queen. There's a lot of honey around the outside. That last frame is just honey. I'm not gonna even take that one out. So that's it in a nutshell. As always, like I said, I really appreciate any advice that you guys want to give me on how you would manage this if you know how. I am learning. I am part of some beekeeping forums. I do have a bee mentor, and I also look at the advice that people post on my channel. As I said, I'm greatly appreciative of all that. If you do post some advice, just all I ask is please be kind. Just remember I'm new. We want to encourage other beekeepers. We don't want to discourage them and make them feel like they're failures or that they don't want to do it anymore. You know, we all are new at one point in our lives. If you like the video, please comment and put a thumbs up. Share with friends if you think they are interested in beekeeping, and of course I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. Subscriptions are free and it does help my channel. As always, take care and stay blessed. Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday.
Gone all the ways, all the days.